This is what my cat has been doing for the last few minutes. Sitting there, staring at me. He never does this. He's never quiet like this. And just staring at me. What the heck? Is something wrong with him? Why hasn't he moved? Bandit, are you okay? Bandit, come here. Come here. Bandit, are you okay? Are you okay, bud? Are you okay? What the hell was that? That just flew in front of the camera. What the heck, man? So much strange stuff has been happening lately. Anyways, this is my snack that I was planning on having. I was planning on watching this. 7 signs your parallel self is trying to contact you. Dun, 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 dun. I'm 1 minute and 2 seconds in. 2 hours and 36 minutes long? I didn't know it was that long. Bandit, are you okay? What are you looking at? What are you doing? Oh, my tummy's growling because I'm so fucking hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. Yes, I'm hungry. Now what are you looking at? There's weird stuff going in front of the camera. Maybe it's dust. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just super creeped out. Last night there was something floating over the church again. Or not really the church, but the house beside the church on Talbot Street in St. Thomas again. And I recorded a little bit of it. Come on. My remote just fell in the couch. In the crack of the couch. That's just... This is my apartment. Nothing unusual. The kitchen is back there. This is my living room. Salt rock lamp. Some crystals up there. My window, my smoking chair. My end table. Whoa! My cat's on the move now. Are you okay, Bandit? Are you okay? Come on. Don't eat my food. That's mine. For some reason, he's just under the chair. Oh, he's peeking out. This is my mirror. The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. Such a cute quote. What is going on with Bandit? This is very unlike him. This is very, very unlike him. Why is he being like this? He's hiding. But anyways, last night when that thing was hovering over the house beside the church, and a few nights ago, I got the same thing. Look at my fucking cat. What is he doing? You're freaking me out, man. You're freaking me out. What the fuck was that noise? I heard a noise in that wall like 5 minutes ago. And now I heard something in the wall by the corner over there. And my cat... What are you going to try and do? Just play with the TV? But anyways, last night... I have a setting on my phone set to turn off the display on my phone after like 15 seconds of inactivity. Maybe 30 seconds at the most. Between 15 and 30 seconds. Anyways, last night, for some reason, my phone display stayed on for the majority of the night. I keep hearing things creaking over there. And my phone never stays on. So... that was extremely weird, and I was wondering why the display was not turning off and going to a black screen. I had a feeling, for some reason, it had something to do with what was floating in the sky. The back fell off of my remote. What, Bandit? You're really starting to worry me, man. How slow you're moving, how quiet you're being. You're never like this, ever. But now my phone is back to normal and the display goes off
it's a legitimate
after a few seconds. My ex-partner or partner or whatever he is, on off again. Has been telling me crazy ass stories, accusations, of things I'm apparently doing to him. For a long time, I thought he was crazy and was going into some sort of induced psychosis somehow, or just maybe paranoid disorder of some sort. I thought he was losing his fucking marbles because he was accusing me of having people in our house, but he's never seen them. He's accused me of sleeping with these people in our home while he goes to the store, or while he's working on another apartment in the apartment building, or that I'm drugging him with something called scopolamine. Excuse me. He calls it dusting him. He thinks I was poisoning him. He thinks... What the fuck is that noise back there? I heard a noise come from back there in the kitchen area. I'm home by myself, by the way. This is my house that I moved to away from my ex-partner, because of the stress I was under, being accused of things that I'm not doing all day, every day, all day long, all night long. It was emotionally and psychologically draining. Just draining the life right out of me. And I was so angry. And just adult conflict in front of the children. And constant calling me names, calling me a whore, calling me a shady snake. All kinds of things. Thinks I'm hanging out with all kinds of people, homies, whatever. I don't know. I work full-time. I work 2 jobs. I work a full-time job. I work a part-time job. I work 6 days a week. On top of that, I have 2 children that are living with me, a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old. 4-year-old boy, 8-year-old girl. And I am tired. I'm so freaking tired all the time. I normally take a nap after work. My son, who just started JK, he normally takes a nap after school with me because he's so exhausted from a school day. He's not used to going through a day without a nap time like he had when he was at daycare. And then even if I nap after work, I'm up by like 7 o'clock and I can still go to bed at 10:30 or maybe 11 at the latest and sleep all the way until anywhere between 5:30 and 7 in the morning just to get up to go to work and work a 9 to 3 again. I do that 5 days a week. Where do I have all this time to be having people over without my partner seeing that I'm having people over? Mind you, he has been recording our lives via audio and video camera in our apartment when we lived together. He swears he hears all this stuff happening to him by me and by other people that are supposedly with me, doing this to him on these recordings. Now, our video recordings of our home overlooks our front door, our common area like our living room, our front entranceway, the door to the bathroom, and the kitchen just staring at me. Now you're blinded by the light. Sorry, Bandit. And that's the big church across the street. That's just a speckle from my phone somehow. That little dot right there. In the grass across the street. I thought there was two that my phone did. I can only see one right now. But anyways, sorry, I got distracted there. Our video camera does not pick up anything. Nobody coming in, nobody coming out, nothing. The one day, he actually came barreling through the apartment door, out of breath, almost in panic mode. And he swore that he heard a child upstairs in our apartment yelling, "Help me, mommy, help me." Or something along those lines. So anyways, he come barreling through the apartment, and it was the same day that my daughter was literally just getting picked up by a driver to bring her to Sarnia/Corunna to visit a family friend for a few days, maybe the weekend, something like that. But my daughter had already left, and I was the only one in the apartment. She had literally just left a couple of minutes before that, with the driver with her ride. And he said, "Is there any kids in here? Where's Austin?" My daughter. And I said, no kids in here. It's just me by myself. And he's like, "Oh, I thought I heard a kid." And I'm like, okay, I don't know. This is all on a audio recording. What I said, what he said. Now, I've listened to this audio recording, and very faintly in the background, very, very faintly, you have to be really listening carefully to be able to catch it. It does sound like a little girl, a young girl child, saying, "Help me, mommy, help me." Something like that. It also sounded like, to me, the voice of a young girl child saying, like, "Play with me," or like, "Throw the ball to me," or something like that. One of those two sayings. I can't remember which one because I haven't listened to it for a little while now. My memory is not entirely the greatest, but it was along those lines of what I just said. And I don't know, like, we do have a neighbor a little bit around the corner and down the hall that has a little girl and a little boy. So it's possible that he could have picked up the sound of maybe that little girl talking to her mom, because her mom and her stay home while the dad goes to work, and the boy baby stays home too. So but the little girl is a little bit older. Not older, but she's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 or something like that. She's not in school yet. But Chris, my ex-partner / partner, whatever he is, his name is Chris. My name is Amy. And that apartment was on the 3rd floor of an apartment building. There's a commercial unit on the 1st floor, which is now like a dance studio. below that is a basement that nobody ever really enters. And then on the second floor, it's apartments. And on the third floor, it's apartments. So we lived on the third floor. There's no elevator. We just walk up the stairs. So he was at the bottom of the stairs, coming in through the back door. He said he can remember riding his bike around to the back door, coming in the back door, hearing what he thought he heard of a child saying that, "Help me, mommy," or whatever. And so he ran up the stairs, but he can't really remember that. He also said he doesn't even really remember coming through the front door. And I said, well, you were in a panic, like you were in a very chaotic state, and you were so out of breath, and you ran through that door. And he seems to not remember portions of that. And then he said something like, I asked him for $10, and I don't know, maybe that's true. I don't really recall that detail at all. I don't remember that whatsoever. But I guess it's possible I could have asked him for $10. I don't understand why I would have, because I do have money. Why would I ask him for $10? I can't imagine I didn't have $10 to my name, you know? And this was just in the summertime. What the heck? That must have been just a dust particle. But so anyways, we do have the recording, the audio recording. The video recordings save for either 1 month or 3 months. I can't remember which, but then they just automatically delete and clear the storage or whatever. So, and also he says he is no longer able to access his DVR recordings on his security camera, because somehow there was a password entered on it. So he has accused me of having another boyfriend who is a nerd. He's accused me of having several different boyfriends. I thought I heard something. Anyways, I'm so creeped out. Today and yesterday have been creepy days for some reason. But he accused me of having a boyfriend, a nerd boyfriend. And me and this nerd boyfriend have hacked his security camera through the Wi-Fi system of somehow, through some hacker program, and was able to lock him out of his security camera account or whatever. I'm not quite sure. He has like a box for it, like it's like a receiving box, or like a, I don't know, looks like a modem. It's just a small box, rectangular, whatever. And he put it inside his safe, a locked safe that I've never been able to get into, nor have I even bothered trying. I'm not sure how he locks it. I think maybe it's a key. I've never even seen the keys. Nor would I ever care to go into his safe ever. And it's his box for his security camera is locked inside that safe. I've had zero access to it, and nobody has come in. I don't really have friends. I don't have people come over. He thinks I have people over from back from our hometown in Sarnia. And I don't even talk to people in Sarnia anymore. I just don't. I do not. Sarnia was a very bad city for me. It caused a lot of problems and trouble in my life. And I never want to move back there ever again. Nor would I. I go there to visit family occasionally for events and holidays, but I don't stay long whatsoever. I'm in and I'm out real quick. For example, last year on Christmas, I went on maybe the 23rd, and I stayed one night, and I came back Christmas Eve to spend Christmas here in St. Thomas with Chris and our son. And this year for Christmas, I am going on the 23rd of December. I'm going to stay until the 24th after my grandparents' Christmas on the 24th. And then I'll be back in St. Thomas. I will literally only be going for a day and a half at the most. That's it. Only because my dad doesn't want to drive twice in one day. And that's fair. So, those are my spiritual shelves up there. Anyways, my theory is that if my ex-partner / partner, whatever he is not able to remember certain little snippets of his life, it's almost as if he's like blacking out or having like a memory gap. Oh my God, I can't talk. Memory loss gap or something. So, why is that happening? Could be a few reasons. Could be some sort of trauma to the brain. Could be some sort of disorder. Could be something along the lines of like seizures of some sort, something neurological. You know what I mean? So, or it could be something more than that. Personally, I don't think it's I full-blown truly believed he was coming down with a mental illness of some sort. Some sort of induced psychosis. But in all other areas of his life, he's totally normal. It's only this obsession that I'm doing all these things and that I'm like his enemy and that I'm some freaking sexual deviant, sneaky snake, cheating piece of shit. He's accused me of having ads on Leo's list. Today, November 20th and October 21st. Even though I showed him exactly like so much stuff that I could prove what I was doing. Oh, battery is low. My flash just went off. Oopsie. Is that the remote? Probably. Oh, yeah. Of course. But I'm too scared to be in the dark. Where's the back of the remote? Where did that go? Oh, fuck. I don't got time for that shit. And this is my couch. With all my pillows. It's a U couch. U-shaped sectional couch. And my other theory is that he could be experiencing something along the lines of a parallel universe. And I told him the dreams that I have, the things that happen in my dreams and the life that I live inside my dreams is so crazy scary. Like, I wake up thinking, thank God I don't actually live that kind of life. Because it's like I'll be in either constant fear, there'll be like some serious human trafficking going on. There'll be like some really scary criminal activity going on. They're just very dangerous and scary dreams. You don't want to actually live that kind of life. That kind of life, I suppose, are highly possible to live in real life, but they are so in my dreams. And I've told my partner a lot of the dreams that I've had, and I explained to him them in detail. Even if, say, we weren't together one night sleeping, if I woke up from a bad dream or any dream, I would call him right away, no matter what time of night, and I would explain to him my dreams in great detail. So he knows what kind of dreams I've had, and I have. Especially if I'm alone and I've had those dreams, those kind of dreams, I am so scared when I wake up. And so I think it's possible, maybe, that some sort of overlapping parallel dimension or universe or something can happen, like in that apartment that he's living in, that we used to both share, either in the hallway somewhere or at some point in the apartment building somewhere. I used to say, like before I moved out, I used to say that he was possessed. I would call him possessed all the time. That he had some sort of demon that was making him act the way he was. Because until he moved here to this city, he was totally fine. And then he moved here and he slowly started accusing me of being unfaithful and having multiple partners and being sexual with many people, no matter their age, no matter what they looked like, no matter the color of their skin. Every Every single person. I apparently had 0 standards, 0 morals, 0 criteria that you had to meet in order for me to be sexually physical with somebody, anybody. For a long time there, he couldn't even see somebody walking down the street behind our apartment with a dog without accusing me of knowing them and having some sort of sign language or something, some sort of way to communicate without talking, I guess, or text messaging or Facebook messaging or phone call or anything, that I was somehow communicating with them to meet up and wait for Chris to leave the apartment so that I could supposedly have this person in to be sexual with them. Just outrageous freaking things, accusations. And then mango and blueberries. And then he would just go freaking nuts. In the middle of the night, he would shine a flashlight in the room while I was sleeping, and he would wake me up. He would accuse me of having somebody in the bedroom with me, even though he's in the house and can see that there's nobody. But he would be looking under the bed with the flashlight. My mirror was in a corner, up against a corner, and he would look behind the mirror. He would come into the bathroom and he would pull the shower curtain shut. So anyways, I eventually moved out in the summertime. I got this apartment, and then I stayed here for quite some time. It's been about, since July 1st anyways, of this year. And I let him have a set of keys so that he could clearly come over whenever and see that nobody's here. I'm not doing anything. And he'd be able to see for himself also. You'd think he'd be able to do that at our apartment when we lived together and be able to see for himself. But he is convinced that I'm so sneaky and so good at being sneaky, that I'm so talented at being this sneaky and getting away with it, and that I enjoy doing things like that and getting away with it and not getting caught or whatever, that I get some type of thrill out of it. He seriously thinks that. Despite never having seen anybody, he's come into my home in the middle of the night, woke me and the kids up, and freaking, because he thought I had somebody over. So he checked my bathroom, he checked my living room, he found us all me and 2 children sleeping in, that was it. And nobody in the bathroom, of course. And nothing. So after doing that, I took my keys back. I said, this shit has got to stop. Now you're coming over to my home where I moved to get some peace and quiet and not be stressed out and not to subject the children to adult conflict because of all this craziness. What do you guys think? I seriously think there could be some sort of portal, or could be something spiritual, or like some quantum jumping, quantum physics. I don't know. I think it could be something along those lines. I've tried researching the longitude, latitude coordinates, of the apartment, and I can't seem to get longitude, latitude for that specific address. I can get it for the address beside it, but not that particular address so far, from what I can find on the web, right? Just on the internet. Plus, I've been seeing these things in the sky on occasion for like, I've seen something strange in the sky hovering for a couple days now. Not in a row, but like I've seen it 2 times now over a period of a few days. And it seems like it's like a pretty bright light that changes all like red, blue, white, red, blue, white, red, blue, white. It didn't so much change colors that I could see the second time I seen it on another day, but it was you could tell it was further away. My videos are on YouTube of what I seen hovering over the church and over the house beside the church. And it seems like there was something smaller, less bright and smaller, nearby to the right of it, as if it's almost watching it and keeping an eye on it. And with all that stuff going on with 3i Atlas, I don't know. I think something is going on. For sure. Something fishy is going on. It's unexplained. I would like some answers. Or some leads on how to go about this situation. So at first I thought he was batshit crazy and he was getting into a psychosis and developing a mental disorder. Now, as of today, I've kind of changed my mind on that. And the evidence kind of proves that he's not experiencing a mental disorder. Because you can have perfectly normal conversations with him, just not very often, because he's so obsessed with this, with finding out what the heck is going on. And he says he won't stop until he proves that he's right. But I know it's not possible for him to prove that he's right, because everything that he's saying has just not happened, ever. You can't prove something that has never existed. That's the way I feel about it. But for some reason tonight, I had like a realization of some sort, and like a calmness kind of came over me. I went from angry to like, oh my God, you're probably experiencing some sort of parallel dimension or universe or alternate reality of some sort, because this is so real to him. And he's not a liar. He's never been a fucking liar. He's always told the truth. I have no reason to ever believe he's making any of this up. But he needs answers. He is on a quest for answers to explain what the hell he's hearing on these audio recordings that isn't picked up by video imaging. And now I want answers too. Oh, please don't go away. Please don't go away. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's still there. Fuck, another ad. Pardon my French. But I'm on a quest for answers
Quantum mechanics.
too. And I just feel like I gotta help him. And I feel like, I don't know, but like, honestly, I don't know really what I would do without this man. Before moving here, and a little bit when he first moved here to this city, he honestly, this is our like 6th going on 7th year together, and he has always been such a perfect man. Like, he's very helpful, he's very smart, he's hilarious, he likes to fix things, he's nice and strong and manly, and I like that, and he's a good dad, and there's just so many good qualities about him. We have crazy amazing chemistry and intimacy, and I don't know, it's always been good. But for some reason, when he moved here, things started going downhill. We gotta figure this out. I'm on a mission to figure this out, because I don't want my family split up. This is the man that I wanted to be with for the rest of my life. That was it. I just wanted to be with him and have our family. I was happy with that. And he has been so supportive of me through so much that I have been through. So much stuff that the average person, the majority of people, would have just left my ass. But not him. He stuck it through. And so I felt for a long time like, I can't leave him when he's like this. He didn't leave me when I was like this. He stuck it out with me. I need to do that for him. That's only fair. That's the right thing to do. Excuse me. And I tried for so long, months and months and months. But the accusations got so bad. And I was missing work. I was being late for work. If the kids were miserable because they didn't get a quiet second ever. We would have been evicted from all the fighting that we were doing. The neighbors heard us screaming and yelling all the time. And they called the police on us a couple of times. We would have been evicted, had nowhere to live. So I moved out. There was no more fighting at that apartment. I haven't even been there in so long to that apartment. I've stayed clear of it. I thought for a long time that apartment needed some sort of smudging or cleanse or protection prayer. Something. It needed something. But Chris doesn't believe that in that kind of stuff, so I don't know. I do. For some reason, I just think it's possible he's experiencing some sort of alternate universe. He said you can hear like somebody walking in heels, clicking like it's walking in heels on the audio recording. And that you hear like a tss, like you're being given like some sort of injection or like being sprayed with something, sprayed or dusted. I'm not quite sure. Something of that sort. And then you hear his breathing go from normal breathing to very shallow breathing and very slow breathing. And then he also says that he can hear like some sort of plastic wrap or saran wrap of some sort, like a bag or something. So he thinks he's being suffocated somehow, or that plastic wrap is being put over his face and he's being suffocated, first drugged, then suffocated somehow. And then he can't remember anything after that, but you can hear like notes being taken, like written down, and some whispering and stuff like that. I don't know what to make of this, except for like, it sounds like he's in a different reality for sure. Maybe some sort of sleep paralysis, because he can't remember. And then, I don't know, like he thinks I'm trying to kill him or something. Something about like he can hear me say, "Hey, Dwayne," some Dwayne guy or whatever. I don't even know a Dwayne. I mean, I know a Dwayne from Sarnia, and he was a cab driver, but he was not a friend or anything. I just knew him as a taxi cab driver, and I didn't take taxis all that often. I just heard some like knocking or banging coming from somewhere. That was weird. My tummy keeps growling. Anyways, that's what he just told me tonight about the note taking and then the saran wrap or the bag or something, and the regular breathing to the shallow breathing. And then he can't remember anything. And the note taking and the clicking of the heels, either heels or cowboy boots, he thinks. One or the other. And I don't know. I don't know what to make of all this. But I know. I don't know a Dwayne. I don't have a friend Dwayne. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have had any Dwayne person in the house. I wouldn't have had anybody in the house. I don't know what to make of all this. Please help. Please help. Thank you so much.